They may fix the back, and this may include displaying reduced lateral and or dorsiflexion in the lumbar region on one side when viewed from behind. There can be such a thing as a lame back, and do not assume that just because the horse is not displaying any of these signs that it is sound. There are many behavioural signs as well as physical signs that can be associated with feelings of discomfort. But for this presentation, I'm training you to start looking more closely and recognising when something is not quite right. And to simplify the process, when evaluating gait, we're comparing movement of one side of the horse compared to the other in terms of seeking out restrictions. The veterinarian can take over from there. From the front, we are observing the levelness of the ears. Obvious right fore lameness as the head nods up when that limb makes ground contact. And in slow motion you can see how the sound limb bears down to create the force to thrust the body upwards to reduce the load when the lame limb makes contact. Let's look at the spinal flexion of this horse from the side, and that's restricted. Very restricted. Hardly any movement there. And placing sticky tape with a folded flap in the middle across each tubercoxa is very useful for seeing pelvic movement. Turning the horse in a tight circle, this horse spends a minimal amount of time in right hind weight bearing. General reluctance here and resistance to lateral flexion, particularly through the neck. And to the right, even more reluctant. And remember to repeat to the first direction again in case the horse didn't know quite what the handler wanted and gives you a false result. Testing for lumbar restriction, particularly in the region of the lumbar sacral joint. So some minimal movement there. And compared with the other side, nothing. But bear in mind that the horse may be reluctant to fully weight bear on a hind, so do observe and feel the quality of the lift at the end range of movement if you can get to that point. Paniculus reflex and the lateral flexion is absent. Lumbar sacral extension is minimal, which may indicate sciatic signs, but needs to be confirmed with palpation of that region. So limited extension there. Rein back a couple of strides where the horse should move back fluently in diagonal pairs. And this pony is hesitant, somewhat stiff behind, and drifts off course. You can see him drifting off this way.